So today we're going to review Profound. So this is probably the product that gets spoken about the most. So let's see if it meets the standards. All right, let's get started. First test some onboarding questions. Password, all right. All right, so now we have some more to the background. I have you actually starting now. Track one of my customers. Offshore proxy services, scrapers, companies. Well, yeah. All right, so now it's doing some magic. I gave some information on the client that I want to track today. We're going to track bright data. And now let's see how long until we see something. I might speed this up for you so you won't have to wait so much. All right, now we're back. Bright data is leading in visibility across top AI engines. It's maintaining top position. All right, so it's assuming we're one here. Okay, cool. I see some competitors. We run your prompts daily to analyze your brand performance. So we do a daily scan. All right, here is an example. All right, this isn't mine. Brand visibility. Okay, so they explain how this works. Oh, the graph here is, no, it's not my brand. Which region do you want you run your prompts in? Okay, so this is for geography and scraping. VPN, I assume. Let's go with US. What topics do you want great prompts for? All right, so here is the topic extraction. Let's go with, all right, let's set 2 more. All right, so now we have 4 topics. Let's start with that. Each topic generates 5 prompts to track. We'll start with the 5 topics, 25. All right, so 5 times 5. You can always add more later. Try using keywords from traditional search tools. Avoid long phrases. All right. All right, now so we have the paywall. All right, so there's no free trial here. Yearly, 2 months free. So we're going to go with this plan right here. Oh, there's a video here. I'll watch that later. All right, so let's do this. All right, we're back. We finished payment, and now it's looking like it's configuring our account. I gotta say, they're pretty nice graphics. I know this company raised quite a bit of capital, so I do see they invested a lot in the UI. It looks really polished here. All right, see the list of prompts we create a brand. You get 50 prompts total to run each day. We recommend starting with 25. We have prompt lists. All right, so they generated 50. Sorry, not 50, this is less. All right, volume. So yeah, a lot of companies talk about estimated volume. Let's see how they do this. Estimated search volume for this keyword that phrase across engines. All right, so there's not a lot of details here. Let's continue. All right, it's going to be just ChatGPT, 24 prompts. Let's go with that. All right, so now we're in one of the dashboards. You can see the prompts are scanning. All right, they have a daily webinar. Let's see how that looks. All right, cool. Here, there's a few things they want us to do. Watch a product overview. Yeah, it's the second time it's popped up. Review your visibility scores, review top citations, connect your website to agent analytics. Then we have some case study, documentation, and support. All right, let's see what else we have here. Perhaps some of this will be locked. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see if there's anything we can see here before we finish. All right, this all seems, it's actually progressing nicely. I thought I'd have to pause the video and come back later. All right, they're talking about their prompt volume. This is a premium feature. We're not going to do that today. We can try this. I see they have some parts here for taking action, opportunities, content, and brand hub. That'd be interesting to take a look at. I always like things that can help me be more proactive. All right, let's see how we're doing. All right, looks like it's finished. Okay. So I can see here we have a score of 60. And the score will be average on the last 7 days. You see here a few suggestions: create content, optimize, view opportunities, manage prompts. All right, this is also locked. Yeah, locked. This opportunity seems to be open, but still not loading. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so we can see the prompts that already ran. Somehow it got to 20. I thought it was less, but they're broken down by these topics. We have one platform. There's also sentiment. So let's see here. What can we see? So we can see the prompt, topic, language, country, some tags. And here I can edit it, edit regions. Okay. This is pretty much editing the list. Sentiment. Let's see what we can see here. All right, here they're giving their own prompt. Evaluate. Where can I see the result? It's just me? Shouldn't I be able to see something? Click a little bit. I'm not sure if this is finished or not. I think I'm missing something here. All right, let's go back. So those are the prompts. Oh, the menu is a bit confusing here. All right, this is just the score. And we have the visibility here. All right, so now I'm seeing some competitors appear next to my brand. All right, here it's easier to understand. Share or voice. Mentions of our customer and AI generate answers in relation to competitors. All right, so we have 20%, which is pretty good. Average position, 1.5. I never understood why the position is so important. Wouldn't this be enough or include this? Seems like a duplicate entry. All right, here we have visibility rankings by topic. All right, so let's see. All right, so each topic, we can see the position of who was ranked where. That's neat. You can see how you're in the leaderboard kind of view. Here, okay, this is what I was looking for. So this is a specific prompt, specific execution of a prompt. We were mentioned. I assume we'll see in the future other mentions. We can see kind of a history of how this prompt is changing. Interesting. Or we can see the citations for a specific prompt. Well, we'll see that in the other section. Okay, platforms. Analyze platform capture from competitors, topics, or tags by visibility score. Your brand's visibility score and all that. All right, this is kind of just a comparison about the visibility score of the top competitors. Yeah, so these types of graphs, it seems broken because I assume they're assuming we had multiple platforms tracked. I know they came out with this light version just like a week or two ago. It looks like a watered down version of their original enterprise. So this report, for example, I would just remove this. It's pointless. Yeah, so the whole report is by platform, which doesn't really matter here too much. So I guess this whole report actually is pointless. All right, let's check the regions. Monitor progress, bright data, present around the world. Okay, so this is where for an enterprise plan, we can monitor multiple geographies, so you can trigger prompts from different countries, it seems. All right. Personas. Okay, this is also a preview feature, so we won't be able to see that. Let's get the sentiment here. Okay, sentiment analysis. How positively AI responses reference bright data. So in 59%, it's positive. 41 negative. All right, so here they're saying high cost, complex setup, learning curve, reliability. Okay, that's pretty helpful. This can help our clients double down on the positives and try to negate or at least play damage control on the negatives. Yeah. Reliability is a really big thing. That's definitely needs to be addressed. I like the graphics so you can really quickly see what's going on here. I see they have this option for many of one of their charts. I wonder how many users requested to change the type of graph before they developed it. All right, key themes and patterns. Okay, so this seems to be the detailed version of this. So we can see high cost is a negative. And here it gives a few examples of this negative happening. All right. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This would be very helpful to review and start addressing these things. All right, so that's sentiment. Now let's move to citations. Usually this is where I get really excited. Let's see how they did. Citation share. So we can see who are the top citations in the chart version. Okay. I can also see here this whole thing can be filtered by the citation type. So they group them into a few different categories and filter out all this stuff. Okay. Now we have citation rank, number 2. So we're the second highest citation. And well, there's just the same thing as here, yeah. Okay, just 2 different ways to view the same data. Citation types. Okay, here's this little bar graph. Okay, so earned citations is the majority, owned, and then social. All right, so earned is everything. We have Wikipedia. This is owned, earned. That's a pretty nice way to view it. It makes you see the opportunities here in this whole blue section. I wouldn't say they're like this one. They're competitors, Oxylabs, Proxyway. I wouldn't call that earned because that's not something you can actually compete on. I would label that competitors. Now we have more specific pages, mentioned, not mentioned. All right. So what's this bar? What's going on here? Is the share? Okay, this is the relative value of this page. Watched URLs, modeling the specific URLs per citation performance. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I can upload the URL, and then it'll track if they come up as citations. Not sure what this is. Maybe we'll see it in a few days. Citation relationships, domain citation networks, and their connections to key topics. That would be really cool. All right, I'm going to come back to this later. Maybe I'll do a part 2 after a month of usage. Now we have query fanouts. All right, so let's see what's going on here. So a query fanout, for anyone that's not familiar, is a protocol or mechanism that I think Google published, in which prompts like this get broken down into smaller prompts. These prompts are executed and then everything is summarized. Here they can see that this prompt was actually mapped to 3 other prompts. I'm not sure if they're tracking these prompts or not, or just was telling us. All right, that's something. Not sure what I can do with this information, but it is something. All right. So we finished this answer engine insights. I think that is the majority of it. Let's see what else is here. Yeah, so all of this other stuff is locked, as we mentioned. So we won't be able to review that, at least not today. I'll perhaps do a part 2 later with some of the features that I've unlocked, but these ones will probably stay hidden because they're probably behind the paywall. Yeah, so this section didn't seem to be working. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. So that was the new version of Profound, the $100 a month self-serve package. The onboarding was pretty smooth. I got the data pretty quick. A lot of things going on here. A lot of it seems also maybe a bit too much. It's in the whole platform reports and all these other ones which are trying to sell me something else. That does add some noise. But yeah, there's definitely some value here. So that's it for today. Bye, everyone.